Hey everyone, let's hear from BG Trading and I hope you are well. Today I'll be analyzing IDP Education Limited, which the SX code is IEL. This is a company that provides student placement services to enroll into universities, schools, and college. And the company also offers other type of student services as well, including a visa application, scholarship, assistance, and even manage IELTS tests, which is one of the big part of the business. And IELTS is a proficient language test that is being taken across the world, pretty much, in order to get applicants approved for not just for universities and college, but also to become a resident, a permanent resident, or even citizen. The reason I brought this stock is because the share price is pretty low, relatively low, and it's been trading sideways, and it's currently trading right at the support level, pretty much around the support level from a technical perspective. But from the fundamental perspective, we also saw a lot of growth happening over the last few years, and this year alone, the first half of the year was pretty good. And we believe if the second half, which is going to be released, the full year result will be released within a week. If the second half of this year is in line with the first half, we could beat expectation and the stock would start a rally really rapidly. So let's have a look. Before that, just remember, this is not a financial advice. It's just us from BG Trading sharing with you how we use our strategies to chase 20 to 40% profit within 1 to 3 months time via our VIP membership program or via our online trading courses. So if you like, please subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone that you believe would be interested, and let's start right now to look into the analysis. So essentially, if you are a VIP member, you have access to all this stock analysis, which combines not just the technical aspect of the stock, but also the fundamental aspects of the company. And that's very important those days because the market is being driven by fundamentals over the last 12 months, especially the last 6 months, with high interest rates and everything, and a lot of these stocks that have been exceeding expectation or doing well sustainably are the stocks that have been rallied recently, and I think this could be one of them. And let's go through why I'm positive about IDP Education, not just for the short term, but also for the long term. But still, there is some level of speculation that the second, the full year report will be, the second half of 23 will be in line with the first half of 23. Still some certain level of speculation, but even though if it's likely lower than the first half in terms of net profit or revenue, still going to be better than FY22, and therefore could bring the stock to reach what we believe could be a good margin, a good profit out of a short-term and obviously long-term trade opportunity as well. If you want to have a look at this analysis, I'm going to be putting the details of this analysis into this Facebook community by Grow and Sell Strategy for Traders. So I invite you to become a member right there. And obviously, once you have that access to this community, you're not only going to have access to our stock analysis, but also some of our results, some stocks that we locked profit, some of that we might take stop losses, and much more. A lot of great quality conversation with our members as well. So back to the analysis here quickly. The link will be there, and interesting enough, IDP Education has improved in most of its key fundamental metrics that we normally looking into. And at this current market situation, with a lot of headwinds and uncertainty in the market, when a company comes with this type of net profit growth, 59% net profit in the first half, and potentially similarly in the second half, this is a stock that we really need to look at, especially when it's trading at lower levels relatively. I'm going to get there, but still trading relatively relatively lower levels, although it's trading in a 20 times multiples, but it's a great quality company, and obviously when they have a great quality business, you're gonna pay more for that particular stock. So market is paying well for this type of good quality business. So here is some really good fundamental metrics. A 26% increase revenue in the first half of 23 alone, with $501.8 million revenue. Okay, so if you look into last few years revenue, it never really reached 500,000, like $500 million revenue in a half a year. And if happens again in the second half as a result of more students moving to English speaking countries and places that need to apply for IELTS, we'll see potentially this revenue going hitting $1 billion. Potentially, you could see that happens. And if it happens as well, not just the revenue, but the key fundamental metric is the net profit after tax. If the net profit after tax comes up in line with the first half, which is first half was $82 million, and last year was $102 million. Now, if the second half comes with around $80 million net profit, that means the company will be declaring $160 million net profit. This is a net profit, okay? It's not EBITDA or EBIT. Is net profit, and this is exactly what we want to be looking at. We're speculating that the second half, which is going to be released in about a week, the second half report, full year report, will come in a very good format. And if that happens, all the key metrics in the second half still in line with the first half, I think the stock price should go up. It is currently being largely short traded, and mostly because the company is trading at high multiples, as I said before, but also for the fact that IDP lost exclusivity or market control in regarding IELTS test in Canada, and that obviously could affect the long-term revenue income from that particular service. But again, IDP Education is looking to expand into other markets as well, and there we could see a continuation of this growth, especially with borders open after pandemic, sort of speaking. So English testing, modest growth, only 5%, which is fine, but placement student has growth massively, and in Australia it's alone 128%. We're probably gonna see similar figure, 3-digit figures for the second half as well. And again, speculation, but if it happens, we have a lot of data already. We have a favorable macroeconomic conditions. We have a border opens, and we're very confident that we might see the similar key metrics for the second half. The key question is whether this is going to be enough to boost the share price. But again, in the current environment, we only see stocks, companies that are reporting positively to move its share price up. You know, especially the ones that are net profit, just like this one, as we only seen. So here's some numbers in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, Canada, US, and Ireland. So which IDP Education has a majority of its presence, and then this has been growing in comparison to the second half, in comparison to the first half of the last couple of years, which is good. And then obviously we expect further growth. Now let's jump into the technical aspect. So essentially, if you have held the stock for the last 1 year or 52 weeks, you'll be losing pretty much 17% now, because the stock actually, the stock has fallen all the way here to $20.50, and then went up all the way to $32, and then went down again after the Canadian announcement. triggering a lot of short traders, okay? But has found value once again in this very strong hypothetical support around $20.50, and then once again hitting $20.50 and then bouncing to a higher, slightly higher high here for the short term, and obviously still trading at what we call technically discounted price for the long term. As you can see, the candles are trading under the pink line and also trading at technically fair price for the short term. Now, good quality companies, when you're able to buy good quality businesses, good quality companies at technically discounted price for the long term and for the short term, is fantastic. It's not 100% the case of this company, because we are looking at right here, it is about 20% under the SMA 250, which is the long-term moving average, but still at the short-term moving average levels, which for me, for BGS 20 strategy, we call the technically fair price. It's nothing wrong with buying a good quality company at technically fair price for the short term if it's trading at the technically discounted price for the longer term. The long-term trend, as you can see here, it has flattened, and mostly because these sort of interest rates going up and the market sentiment towards most of the industries anyway. But I believe that from the macroeconomic perspective, 2024 and 2025 will be a key years for this particular business, because we're going to see a lot of growth into students coming to Australia, going to other countries as well. Obviously, that if you know any disruptive environmental or macroeconomic things happen, which it doesn't look like it's going to be the case, but we never know. Obviously, there's no guarantees on this one. But for the long-term prospect and for the short-term, obviously short-term is based on the assumption that the upcoming full-year result will be positive. We are very positive about that, and we believe it is a good opportunity to get into this stock now that it's trading at technically discounted price and fair price for the short term. So if you're interested to take a look at the full analysis, again, I'll be putting the analysis at the Facebook group. And I think this could be a good company. It needs a little bit patience, of course. It's not a stock that goes quickly, but we never know if the report comes in line to our expectation. I'm actually very positive that we might see IDP education moving towards $30 in no time. Guys, let us know your thoughts about IEL and leave in the comments below. I'm always asked to leave the comments, your thoughts on the comments, and I will be answering each one of them. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.